Sexual sin is the only sin where you sin against your own body when you choose to engage with it. You see, the shame, the guilt, the condemnation that comes from engaging with your lust is unlike any other. This is the reason why the scriptures tells us to run from sexual sin. And I want to read for us the text, the main text for our devotional today. 1 Corinthians 6:18. It says, "Run away from sexual immorality in any form, whether thought or behavior, whether visual or written. Every other sin that a man commits, it's outside of the body. But the one who is sexually immoral sins against his own body." Now, this is the Amplified version, and I absolutely love how the Amplified breaks it down. In case you're not clear, the Lord is saying that any form of sexual sin, whether it's in your thoughts, whether it's in your behavior, whether it is visual, or whether it is written, we are told to run away from it. So today our devotional theme was the weight of shame or the pleasure of the sin. Now, the reason why you're engaging with sexual sin is because you find it pleasurable. You like to sleep around. You like to self-pleasure. You like to read erotica. You like to any secret sin that you are engaging in is because you like the way it makes you feel. It feels good. That's the reason why you're engaging in it. But you have to remember that that good feeling only lasts a few minutes. However, when one is so deep in lust, when one is consumed by lust, you're not thinking about the fact that this thing is only going to last a few minutes. You're not rational at that point. Remember Esau, the scripture says that he sold his birthright for a meal. He was consumed by his desire for food in that moment that he's like, what is my birthright? Who cares? Just give me something to eat. He was so consumed. His appetite became his God. And so he was like, well, give me food. I don't care about my birthright. And this is what happens with many of us who are dealing with secret, sinful pleasures where you're engaging in it, is that you're not thinking about the longer term consequences of your decisions. You're not thinking about the impact that sexual sin has on your body. All you're thinking about is the pleasure that I'm going to get these few minutes. Now, I want you to ask yourself, is the pleasure, is the few, are those few minutes of pleasure, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Those 5 minutes, sometimes even less than that. Those few minutes of pleasure that you are getting, is it worth the weight of the shame that you feel afterwards? You know, the scripture says, according to Romans chapter 8:1, that there is now therefore no condemnation for those who are